The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host, the show, the management, and the network.
Mabuhay! You're in the right channel, TLC. And of course, this is Lee on Motivationalee. I would like to ask you, do you still have the strong visions in life? And what are those? And how old are you, by the way? Do you still dream of going to a different country just to study, perhaps? Live, work, or just visit? It doesn't really matter. Let's make things happen because you're in the right channel. Obviously, it is great to migrate with Lee every Friday, 7 p.m. AEST Melbourne time. And of course, it's 5 p.m. in the Philippines. Wherever you are, please adjust. So catch me. Don't forget every Friday, the different visas and testimonies as well when it comes to migration. So see you then. Let's talk. Bye.
Highly, I can't see you.
You can't see me. Can you see me now?
Yes, now I could see you. Hello.
Beautiful. I hope the rest of you guys are looking, where is she at the moment? It could be just a voiceover. Why not? Good
I can
thing
see
it's
your
now.
voice.
That's really good that I'm back. I'm back. I'm live here with you. And thank you so much once again for, gracing this talk show right now. It's great to migrate only here with Lee. Again, it's me here on TLC. So, Anne, how are you today?
Very well, thank you, and thank you for inviting me here. Although I refuse, and yes, so as you said, we want to inspire people, and also to share the journey that I've been to when migrating here in Australia.
Beautiful. Love that. And all of us are very excited, Anne, right? Now, Anne, how's your day? What's the best thing about this week? Before we've started today's season 1 episode 4 about life after migration.
Well, actually, I'm so excited that we are out of lockdown. Woohoo, after a long, long time.
I know.
Yeah, so I just celebrate. People celebrated their, freedom, going to the pub, going or everywhere. But I celebrate mine going to Bunnings and for my succulents.
That's so good. That's so good. And you know what? And it's not just us two. We're very happy. Everyone in Victoria, again, as I said last week, Victoria will rise again. And for those who didn't know, Melbourne or in Victoria is the longest lockable city in the world, ladies and gentlemen. And
Yes, we're
we're
so
so
popular
happy
with
that we had
us.
our Freedom Day. So all of us, everyone is so busy today, going to the beach, where at the mall as well. Everywhere is so busy. Even the hairdresser and even like the nails and spa, whatever, perhaps even the cafe as well. So it's really a big day for Victoria. So thank you
I wish
so much.
I could do that as well, but because the yesterday was my second my vaccination, so I'm sore. I'm a bit, lightheaded, and I have
Oh,
actually a temperature, and I didn't work today.
oh my goodness. But you know what, Anne, I hope you're okay all throughout. I'll take care of you virtually. Make sure you've got some medicine there beside you and a glass of water as well. So that would be great. But thank you, and despite even your busy schedules, at the same time, you're not feeling that well due to it's kind of some of the the effects as well of a vaccine. But you'll be fine from because it's a second dose, isn't it? Right? Today,
Yes,
or is it
no,
yesterday?
yesterday,
Ah,
yeah.
yeah. So normally you have that feeling as well, but this is the best thing is there's a good signs and some manifestation that you can still talk, you can laugh, you can smile. So it's a
Yep.
win-win. Thank God.
Yeah,
And
I'm grateful for
yes,
everything, or small things that happening. At least I'm not that sick, but this feeling that I have now is just from the vaccine, or
yeah, it's a
yeah,
normal reaction for a few days, and you'll be better. Thank God for that. But the most important thing is you're here. You're able to make time for this episode number 4, and it's very important for each one of you guys. For those who are just tuning in, thank you so much for dropping by, and I would like to say hello to all our friends in the UK. In London, in particular, and also in the US and Canada. I know some of you are half awake, but thank you so much for tuning in, and some of you are watching as well the recorded, and to all our friends as well in the Southeast Asia, thank you so much for tuning in, and to my Chua, thank you so much as well for dropping by. My thank you, and of course Chito as well in Canada. Thank you. Now, Anne, let's start about rolling because everyone here is, I'm sure they're all excited to hear from you. So let's start, right? First up. So looking back, Anne, because they want to hear your journey, the challenges, and of course the wins, right? So looking back when you were still younger, you're still young right now. Age is just a number, of course. Have you ever thought? Have you ever thought of going out of your comfort zone, like from your original country?
not really. Well, I actually have when I was young, because my family, or my dad, works in the ship for 40
Hmm.
years. So it's a
Okay.
luxury ship. My brother works in a luxury ship. So I was also dreaming to work in the ship. So it was not just Australia. So I do really plan to work in a luxury ship, which is um, unfortunately, when I went to Hong Kong for 1 week, the ship is there, and I get seasick, and that makes me just like, no, I guess I can't do it, because of the ship is not even moving, and
Okay.
I am sick for a week about that. Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
yeah.
continue.
Yeah, and actually, do we really need how to say this? But yeah, I'm gonna share all the things that really going to inspire people in my journey, saying that I don't really wanted to go here or anywhere, because I've
Yeah.
been in Japan. So I
Yeah.
live in Japan for 2 years.
All
So
right. You can speak Japanese. Say hello to them in Japanese. Can you still, please?
hajimemashite, watashi no namae wa Ani desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Uh, all I can say is Genki desu ka? Moshi moshi. So at least you got something in common a little bit.
Yeah, well, I am not fluent. I mean, I have basic, and actually, to be honest, I do overstay in Japan,
Hmm.
and for that reason, the reason I got a big reason behind it, because I was a family visa, which my cousin. invite me, and I was there in 5 months, so I only have a month to go that I am going to leave, going to go back. And I found out
Mhm.
my mom is a cancer, I had a breast cancer.
Oh, I
So
see.
the husband of my cousin says, Annie, please stay. You need to help your mom for his medical reasons. So
Okay.
that's really the big reason. We all, especially us Filipinos, we were going to
Mhm.
do everything for our family.
True.
And
True.
for that reason, I am not ready because I have a 2 year old. I left my daughter in the
Yeah.
Philippines. She was just 2 years old. And I am
Mhm.
just, I am just going there to, I just went to Japan just to heal myself because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
separated with the father of my kid,
Mhm.
and my
Yeah.
cousin invite me. And with that, I said,
Oh,
no more. I am not going to go anywhere except my, in my own country, because it
yeah.
is hard when you are feeling down and you can't reach your mother or your father or
Yeah.
your brothers for comfort.
Yeah.
So
Good, good.
that is one really stick in my head, that I don't want to go out of the country because my
Mhm.
family is in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
That's the best
Yes.
thing about Filipinos, isn't it? And it's more on the family ties and the love for our family, and we're willing to sacrifice everything for our family. And I'm sure a lot of women out there, wherever you are right now, are also like wishing to go out of the country for whatever reason, whether to study, whether to marry someone, whether to work, whatever it is. It's a dream. And for you, even though you were really focus on staying in the Philippines and to be with your family. But here you are, you're in Australia. So what's
Yes. So,
very very you're very lucky. But what's the best thing that you have actually
well,
experienced in Australia?
actually, I get married in the Philippines with an Aussie, with this
Oh,
one.
okay,
Yeah. So I
okay.
have no. He knows that I don't want to go here, and he is the one who wanted to stay in the Philippines. So I have my own canteen, or a small restaurant that I am
Mhm.
running. when
That's
um
good.
when I was in Japan, I told my mom to grab me, open me a shop so I could go back. Actually, to be honest, I was being caught by police doing oversight. I didn't even say yes, I am oversight when there's
Okay.
and then the funny thing is, the police says, "Hang on." Also, we're talking in Japanese, right? They say, "You were the only person that we caught that doesn't cry." I said,
Mhm.
3 weeks to go, and I'm going to say, I'm going home. So I really, really so grateful that the Japanese immigration even says, helps me, like, give me confidence, and says that, don't be sad.
Mhm.
If your boyfriend will go and see you and get married to you, you don't need to undergo 5 years of, you can get back here after a year. But
That's
it's
good to know.
not my thing. That is the immigration's advice. Yeah, yeah. And even the police officer says that, why are you not crying? Why will I'm crying? Why will I cry? I'm gonna see my mom. I'm gonna see my daughter. And he was asking for my, if I have a boyfriend, and I said
Yeah,
no. Yeah, and things like that. It's just things happen for a reason.
for a
So I
reason, for the right reason.
my mom doesn't want to get operated until I came home. So
Mhm.
when I came home after a month, with all the savings that I made, so I did save my mom. She is actually 14 years cancer free.
That's
So
good. That's good to know, Anne. One of your
yeah,
wins, Anne. You haven't been in the different country. You're still in the Philippines, and you've done that. Well done. But Anne, when you got married and you came to Australia, what was the sort of like the best moment, or what you call it, what's the best thing about your decision coming to Australia? What's the best thing?
actually,
Yes.
it's really it's like there's something happened with my ex-husband, that
Mm-hmm.
he slight heart attack. So I need to
Okay.
come here. So I am just actually coming here as a tourist, and then I
Mm-hmm.
coming back. So by that time that I need, he says to me, I can't retire early, and it's hard to be in the Philippines and get a job. I can't sell just because he has his own truck. He has a
Mm-hmm.
rubbish removal business,
Yeah.
and he said I have to come here. I have to come. I have to come here, and let's see what will happen. But I am married 2009, and I get here 2011 because really I am not.
2011. Yeah.
I'm not. Don't have any. Um, I don't like to come here because I live
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Japan, which is we do earn Japanese yen, and we still pay or the
Yeah.
same money. It's just like here. Some people thought, especially in our country, if you went to other country, you'll reach. But
Mm-hmm.
what they don't realize is we are earning a dollar here, but at the same time we are spending and paying bills in dollar as well. So
Yeah, that's true.
money, if the money that we earn from here and we are just going to spend it in the Philippines, yes, probably we're rich or we had enough to spend. But that's not the case.
Mm.
Yes. So yeah, it's just so hard. And um what else I could say? And yeah, unfortunately, the marriage did not work.
Oh, okay. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, because I can feel that there is something that you want to share to everyone. And for those of just tuned in, thank you so much. And please, if you have some questions or just want to say hello, please write on the comment section as well so that I can also read that later on. But Annie, on the lighter note first, on the lighter note, okay? I've also asked this to other people, okay, that I have guested here as well. As a newbie here in this country, as a new migrant in this country, adjusting to the culture, adjusting to the environment, what is or are the funniest experiences that you have had before?
A lot, a
Share. If
lot.
you can have lots, why not?
Yeah. So first few really weeks, like I think my daughter here, she was just 8 years old. I
Mhm.
sit in a grade 5 class for 2 weeks. And they
Okay.
were all big. The kids here are so tall, and I'm under 5 feet. I was sitting in the classroom with them. And then my daughter says, well, because I wasn't in Melbourne. So when I came here, I was in Brisbane. So my
Mhm.
ex lives in Brisbane. And there, in the public school where I put my daughter, they're all white. They're all Aussie. And my daughter was crying and says, "Mom, why are you so dark?" She was so and every time that the bell rings or the class, it's like I'm sitting there, I want to cry, I want to just break. And it's like I want to get out of here. And I talked to the teacher that please tell my daughter I'm not allowed here. But another week, another 2 weeks, I just sit down outside the school, that outside the classroom, that she was
Yeah.
just, every time that she's going to look and say if I was there. And then, and more funny is like, oops, someone is calling you.
No, no one. Or maybe, hi,
Yeah,
this is live. Hello. Thank you so much for calling.
yeah. So the ID. So they don't believe me on my age. So they ask me, I have to buy a liquor, or well, used to buy a smoke before, and I have to present my ID, which is, are
Mhm.
you serious? I said, well, that time, well, I'm 10 years here in Australia. So maybe long time was like, because I'm short, I don't wear any makeup. That time I went to the milk bar, and they were says,
Uh-huh.
no, you're not getting any liquor or spirits until you
Because you
show
look young.
your ID. and
They could give
and
you a bonus or something.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to feel how do you call this? grateful for that, or I'll be feeling like, am I being bullied?
Well, it's a
Yeah.
compliment that you look young. You know,
Yes.
I had the
and
experience as well.
and in Brisbane, they have this, at least here in Melbourne, I don't have any problem about, the cultural shock and everything and
Yeah,
how they speak. I have this friend of mine that luckily tells me, I was so embarrassed, and says to me that, bring a plate. When we're having a Barbie, bring a plate.
bring
So
a
I
plate.
was,
Yes, yes.
yeah. So I was like, do we have to, bring a spoon and fork, something like that, because I have to bring.
Literally bring a plate.
Yes.
Yes,
And
a plate.
it is, and I even tell that to my friends here, and they also don't know that. And then we're going to have a Barbie. I invited the Filipino, and we're going to have a Barbie, but he answered me, I have a son, which is, he doesn't play Barbie. It's like, it's like, okay, so it's a barbecue. So it's a barbecue party. So the why they say it's
It's
Barbie,
Barbie.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
something with a Y all the time.
in Queensland, you never heard it here. I guess you never. G'day, mate.
Yes,
So we rarely hear that here. But
in
when,
Melbourne.
if you are in, in Queensland, you we are going to say. I said, what did he say? He said, hey. She said, g'day, mate. I said, what? G'day, mate. It's
Good
like,
day.
g'day, g'day. I was like, can you spell that? So the way he spelled, my ex-husband spelled it the wrong way as well. But how do you do that? It's like, how are you going? Oh, is it good day, mate? And then
Yeah.
I yeah, and then I got a friend like have this, way back, well, he was actually 30, 35 years here already, and she
Yeah.
told me about the story. I almost peed in my pants because when she came to the arrive in an airport, and says that she argued with the immigration or whoever's in the airport. She was being asked, "G'day, mate. Did you just arrive to die?"
To
And what?
die.
Yeah, to die. She answered, that person who asked me, "Excuse me, I came here to live with my boyfriend, not to die." That's so funny, right?
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, the way you hear them in Queensland say, the way they say today, today,
Yeah,
today.
to
Yeah.
die.
So here in Melbourne, that's the thing that it's very rare. I never heard someone because of
Yeah.
the multicultural, people around here in Melbourne. But I am grateful that, I experienced that. I experienced that from Queensland. So yeah.
That's good. These are like, funny moments at the same time as well. It's an unforgettable experience as well. You learn something from this. And at the same time, like with Barbie barbecue get together, when they say bring a plate, I've heard this before when I was in the UK, right? I just thought, like, if I bring a plate, do I need to bring something? So it's like when you bring a plate, you need to bring a share. You need to share something as well, something food that you can either you cook or buy somewhere to share it to them as well during barbecue party. So
Yeah. And then
what
I
we
said,
learned from this, we just laugh at this, as time went by. It was
and I
really
shared that, story to my friend here, which is,
uh-huh.
I did tell her the story, and I did say still, I think she did not get it. And when I says, hey, bring a plate. So when the time that I was in Queensland, I said, can I bring a fork and spoon? And what she asked me, do I have to bring my own glass?
So it's like literally you're thinking, am I going to bring anything or just a plate? Oh my goodness. But then, for those people who are still like haven't got this sort of like experience because you're still not yet out of the country, these are, real talk. Like it might be funny and it might seem like, oh my god, you don't know anything about this, but it's part of the journey. You learn something from other people, from the culture itself. And with this, was there any awkward, apart from the funny experience that during migration here during your years of migrating here in this country, was there any awkward moment as well, apart from the
Oh,
funny?
yes. I was
Would you
like,
mind sharing?
I never work in the Philippines as hard as I've done here. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't even hold a soil in the Philippines because
Yeah.
I'm down. But the first job that I've done in Queensland is planting strawberries. Imagine for
Oh.
7 hours, rain or shine, you were on your back, slouching and planting strawberries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm crying for the first 2 weeks. I'm crying, and I was like, I have my eyeliners and stuff, and I was
So
crying, and my
melting.
friends, yeah, my Filipino friends was laughing at me. I said, "Hang on," because my mascara was everywhere. And I says, "How come that you don't have your mascara was still on and your eyes?" So they're on their tattoo. So when I went to the Philippines, I get my tattoos.
But at least you're able to see something kind of different, and it might be a
Yeah,
bit awkward, but at least you know
it
something about
is.
it.
Yeah, it is funny but awkward, but things like I can't even the driving here. That's really the hard thing. I'm here for 10 years, but I only have my last license for the last 5 years because I am so nervous about the other side of the road
Yeah, it's
driving.
a right hand driving.
Yes. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
that's really one of the hardest or decision that I have to face my fear to, if we really wanted not it's number one if you wanted to look for any job. It's not easy if you're not driving.
True, because of the distance as well. And good on you. You know how to drive. Pat on your back. It's an accomplishment. Whilst you're here within that 10 years, you're able to accomplish something. Well
I've
done,
been,
Annie.
I've been like learners for 4 years.
Why not? It's
My
okay.
dad,
At least
but
you're
my
learning.
daughter is learners for only 1 year. Like she got it straight away. I failed 3 times for the test. Yeah,
But
so
that's okay. Look at you now. You are more functional as well. Like dropping off your maybe your family members. It's good. Well done. You've got lots of wins. Now, Anne, before we pause for a break, I would like to ask you, with the culture itself, it's kind of different, obviously, from back home in the Philippines. How did you cope with the cultural difference or differences around you, at work, at home, anywhere?
just go with the flow, because you will meet a lot of good souls. When you
True.
do good things to others, you will go with to attract good people.
True. That's
That
good. That's a good.
is
That's a good attitude, Annie. That you don't need to say like, "Hey, I'm a Filipino. You need to follow what I do. This is what I believe in." But that's
I
good. That's good. Very
do.
flexible.
Well, like us Filipinos, we go everywhere, everywhere, or everywhere we go, we could adopt everything. Like in the Philippines, we have a lot of provinces, but if we go, I am from Manila, but my
Mm-hmm.
family is a Bicolana from
Mm-hmm.
Bicol region, but
Mm-hmm.
I could understand Cebuana a bit.
Oh, there you
So
go.
it's like, we could adopt every, and number one thing that we have is respect. If we respect people, and at least we learn, if we learn from different kinds of culture and we adopt it. So
That's
that's
true. I love
that's
that. Yeah.
it's
It's not
easy.
easy. It's not easy to be in a different country and carrying your own culture, and then you've got it's multi-diversified here, but that's the best thing about Australia is multi-diversified. How about food, Anne? Are you okay with rice, fried rice, or you want this vegetable salad and you know?
Well, what can I do? I got a partner who is an Aussie, but he will eat everything, like, but
Good.
not balut. He
Not
will not.
balut. Well, we
Yeah,
got to
well,
ask Rob later.
he tried once. he tried
Yeah.
once when I took him to the Philippines. So yeah. So
What's the sorry to interrupt there. What's the like food in Australia that you love the most, apart from what you're eating as a Filipino? Like, what's the first food that you have tasted,
uh
non-Filipino?
not Filipino,
Yeah.
the snag, the sausage.
Okay. The
Yeah,
sausage itself,
yeah, sausages. But yeah, and then
the
um,
barbecue.
Rod was the first one who let me try the Skippy, the kangaroo. So he doesn't even tells
The
me that it was
kangaroo one.
yeah.
I tried that too.
He doesn't tells me that it was a kangaroo, but it says to me, "Is it nice? Yeah, yeah, it's fine." And after I finish my dinner, and there's a time, oh, how's the Skippy, Bob? What do you mean Skippy? Yeah, but
That's I tried that too. They made a tap. One of my friends, Aussie friends, made a. It's like a tapa. Tap. It's like the taste is like a tapa. You know, like in a Spanish tapa. It's like a kangaroo tapa. It tastes good, and it's quite new to me, like chewing it. But after that, I'm okay. So that's good. That's good. So Anne, thank you so much for sharing, your journey as well. First stop on the lighter note of your journey. And let's talk about more deeper in a second. Okay. So at least people already heard from you why what's your why Australia was the best thing, the funniest and the awkward moment, and how did you cope with the culture here. That's very good, Anne. Good. So very well said as well. I would like you to maybe share a little later about your journey with when it comes to your having your partner here as well, or being married to an Aussie as well. Okay, but we will pause for a moment and we'll get back to you. Okay, after this. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best to invest in 2021, of course, Mega World. And for more information, please contact the numbers in front of you as well. And you can also contact me so I can redirect you to the right people. If you want to have stress-free sort of like investment anywhere, wherever you are, wherever you came from, you can invest through Mega World. So hopefully one day, you'll be able to reach out to me and I can also redirect you to the right people. Now, Anne, back to you. Now, for those who've just tuned in, thank you so much once again for your time, for spending time with us today. And please stay with us until we finish this migration, life after migration. And as I've mentioned as well about the testimonies as well, and the share what are the journey and the challenges, and of course the wins of Miss Annie Watts. Okay, and now question here. When you had the chance to come here and got married, right? I would like you to share in your own little way, what is or are your lowest points in your life whilst you are here within the 10 years? You've been here for 10 years, right? If you don't mind sharing, it's up to you. However you share it. Take it
I
away,
am.
Anne. The
I
lowest
am
point.
actually before I really can share what I've gone through because every time I was gonna say it, I'm just gonna shed tears. I was just gonna cry like a baby. But now I am healed. Rod heals me. Rod was being there for me.
Mm,
So my lowest point is really um my first 2 months when, as I said, it's not that when I came here as spouse visa, it wasn't my first time because I already been here as a tourist. And because that time that I have to, he can go back to, he can go to the Philippines because my ex is coming to the Philippines every 2 3 months. So
Mm-hmm.
he'll gonna stay there and just come back. So that's how we're going, because I am running an cafe, or a
Mm-hmm.
restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So as we call it as a canteen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that time that he was just so busy, and he said to me, well, it's time, it's for you to come here and see for yourself. So I went here, and for that I didn't like it. I really didn't like it because he was living in it's like a farm area, which is
Oh, okay.
the house is like in standing in a 5 acreage, and if whatever happens to me, no one could hear me.
Wow. Yeah. It's like no
So
one is, yeah. It's like an
yep, no
island
one
kind
is
of thing.
there,
Yeah.
and we are in front, the front, in the front gate. When you get out of the gate, it's 100 k's, so it's a highway. So and that is the reason why I didn't, I had the trauma of driving as well. It's because of, I've seen somebody get um accident in front of our house, and I helped the baby with a 3-year-old and a 2 months a 2 weeks old baby, and I pulled it out.
Mhm.
So that really gets me. Like, I can't. I said to myself, I can't face driving. And one thing that really shattered me is when my ex-husband started domestic violating us mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically.
Oh,
So
wow. It's like holistic domestic violence.
yes, so that
Okay.
was the reason of, I have to go. So here, actually, for those of you, well, I am already married 2009, which is 2 years before I came here.
Hmm.
And that is not valid. That is not valid. When you come here to Australia, you still have to be with your partner for 2 years before.
That's
That was
right.
that was the time, eh? I'm not sure. I think they extended the time now. So
Hmm.
before, you have to be with your partner for 2 years to get the permanent visa. So you're
That's
on a
right.
temporary visa when you came here, and you have to prove, even though you get married for 4 or 5 years back in what country you are in, you still have to prove here that you've been together for 2 years before you could apply for your permanent visa. So
That's
that's one
right.
thing that you guys have to know if you are trying, to get here in Australia for your spouse visa or partner visa. And actually, in that 3 months, I give up. I said, I'm going back in the Philippines. I have something to go back there anyway. I said, I did
Mhm.
not come here just for money. I didn't marry you for money. And we actually got the problem that I can get he can get me the visa because he was not. I am not asking for single centavo for financial help from him.
Yes.
So that is one reason that one of the thing that you have to show the immigration, the financial help, that you have to have something that you could show them that you are a couple. So,
Hmm.
but because I am earning my own with my own hardship in my own restaurant, which is I never had single centavo from him to run that.
Hmm.
And when I had this issue that he even he even throw me things and throw sugar on our face with my daughter, and we
Oh my
almost
God.
get stranded, and I can see
Yeah.
pushed me. He's paranoid. He is even jealous of his own brother, his own nephew, and I couldn't even talk to anyone. I get I was called by names, whatever, swears. And um when his brother, when I did say to first Filipina that I met here,
Mm-hmm.
and she told me, Annie, this is not right. You have the right here in Australia. Domestic violence here is a number one no no. So she took me to women's support, and I have to tell everything. But because I haven't do a police report, whatever, that what he's doing me, because I don't know. We don't do that in the Philippines. If our husband or whoever hits us, we don't just call police for that. And
Yeah.
besides, because I am, of course, who wanted, I love my ex. I mean, I married him, but who will think that you want your husband to get in jail, for some
True.
reason. But still, after that, I still, sit down, and I said he's gonna change, I give him a chance. And when the first Christmas, that is the thing that really hurts me. I've cooked a lot of Filipino dishes, that and then he turns the eight seater table upside down. So for the whole day, for the whole day food, that for the whole time that I keep, to have it for Noche Buena, or the gathering in his brother's place, was all over the floor. And that was the time that I had enough. Like, I was really so mad, and I said, go. I said, and he tried to, hold the chair. I said, go ahead, throw that to me, but make sure, if you kill me, kill my daughter, which is, she was just 8 years old that time. I was shaking. But I still tried and tried to, and I said to myself, um, that was the last time that I said I am going to go back in the Philippines. And when his brother says to me, Annie, this is not the life for Nick. My brother-in-law was the one who helped me get out. So if he was going to hear this, until now he doesn't know that his own family helps me. Actually, his mom is still on my Facebook. His brother is on my Facebook. They love me. I love them. And I still have contact with them. They were happy where I am now. But yeah, and so I proved the immigration that I was being domestic violated. And I actually didn't wait for 2 years, a year and a half, because I left him. I'm 8 months here, actually. I'm 8 months with him. So I didn't wait for 2 years, because I was being told by women's support, and you can't stay with him, because it's too dangerous, especially for your kid. We are going to help you. So after a year and a half, maybe let's say 17 months to be exact, I got my permanent residence here. But for that, I said, but after 8 months, I live by myself. I work 16 hours. I don't, I leave my daughter with a friend. I leave the house. She was still sleeping. I work 6 to 10 p.m. doing a strawberry quality controller. Yeah. So for the first season, March, that is planting. So I'm going to do for 2 months, doing the planting every day, rain or shine. And then when the season goes, the flowering, we are leafing, cutting all the leaves. We call it leafing. So to get ready to make the strawberry bloom, blah blah blah. And after, when everything is blooming, I am a quality controller. And that time, that I have to work for 16 hours. So I seriously, I am living by myself with my kids, so I have to do that. I don't have life. And I trained my daughter, and she was really independent, that she's not allowed to cook any from the oven, just the microwave. And my Filipino friend was just going to look after her, and her best friend's mother was going to pick her up in the school. And yeah, it is not bed of roses that happens to me for that first few years of my years here in Australia. I can't hear you, Lee.
There we go.
Voice.
I feel like I'm watching a like a teleseries, you know. I'm
Actually,
gobsmacked.
I
I
said,
feel, yeah, it's heavy. It's like, oh my goodness. Looking back, you said after you got married, coming to Australia, obviously there's an excitement as well. You live in a 5 acre land in the farm. Even if you scream during this domestic violence, no one will hear you, right? I don't know
I,
where you got the strength, you know?
I
It's
left. I left my ex. I arrived here with two luggage. I left the house with four luggage, and that's it. I never asked for a single centavo from him. And even my his brother says to me, "You have the rights, Annie. You could get something because you've been married to this." It's like, you know what? I could work for money. I said, that is his money. I'm not gonna get it. So
true.
that is,
Good on you. Good on you.
yeah. I didn't. I have credit cards that we use, but of course, yeah, credit cards are always being used, even though you have money. Sometimes, it's easy to use a
Yeah.
credit card. Yeah, so it's under my name. It was, I have something to have to pay, but I have to go. I said, my
True.
freedom is my wealth, and
I
I
truly
never,
admire you, and
I never.
I truly admire you, to be honest with you, because despite of that struggle, domestic violence per se, you know, it's I don't know. I felt really heavy in my heart, like living in that 5 acre land. Where did you get your strength? You know how, and good thing you've got friends as well to talk to, because you know what, Anne, there are a few people that we know that we don't, not really close to them, but we know, we heard from news and everything. They don't speak about that, that they're not being violated, you know, at home. They're not a victim of domestic
My
violence. They're afraid of
family,
talking.
my family doesn't know about it until I get out from that house, and that's
Yeah,
the time. I know my mom is a nervous freak like me, so I never
yeah,
tell her my problem. So when I get out of that house, and that's the only time I open up everything. I didn't even talk
yeah,
to my friends in the Philippines.
yeah,
I'm the person who always think of what other people say, and I just
mhm,
wish I don't care. But
yeah,
we always afraid to get judged. But
true.
there's a lot of people that you will going to judge you, will believe you without any proof. But when you are trying to give or share something that will going to change their life, they
Yeah,
will be doubtful. That's how
true.
that's how really people are.
Yeah,
They might be friends
yes,
or strangers, but they always want proof. So, but
yeah.
if they were going to say any, if they hear a lot of gossip, they will believe it, even they don't see the proof.
It's their problem, isn't it? Right? You know what's basically what happened, and you don't need. You're not obliged to explain to anyone, anyways, anywhere in the world. But and someone is asking, with that 5 acre land and being domestically violated, right? How did you escape? Someone is asking, how did you escape? Did you just run with your daughter, or how did you do it? And
My,
who
as I said,
actually
my
rescued
excuse me, my brother-in-law is the one who gave me the blessings. Annie, just let me know when you are ready to go. I have a pickup. I'll pick everything that you have. And then I contacted my friend, my first Filipina ate,
you?
and it
Mhm.
says, I already asked her to find me a room so I could
Mhm.
move in. So she find a Filipina as well that renting one room. So I moved
That's
there.
good.
My brother-in-law get me there and says to me, just be careful, just don't go out always. But as I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I will never forget. I love my brother-in-law, that because of him,
Yeah.
I'm free. Yeah,
Thank
and
God for that. Thank God that, you know, you're one of those people who are able to escape safely.
he was the
Unlike
one.
others. Yeah.
He was the one
Unlike
who says
others.
to me that, hey, um, he was going to have a big job today, so he's gonna be too far, a 2 hours drive from home, and have
Yeah.
maybe 7 hours of, so you have the time to Skype. So I
Yeah.
did.
That was the right time. And look at you now, you're in good hands, and you're very lucky with of course, can I say the name? Yeah. You're very lucky, and we love him so much as well. Rod, if you're watching, we love you so much. Thank you for looking after Annie. You're the best person that
Actually, Rod
meant
is
for
my
Annie.
best friend. Before I came here, I actually says to him, he was the first person, and I said, "Hey, stranger." I was in Australia. I was already in Queensland. Hey, and he lives here in Melbourne. Hey, stranger, you still know me? I said, "Hey, are you still alive?" Because I never heard, and he never heard anything from me since I get married. Because of
Yeah,
course, for respect. But then
that's
again,
nice.
he was the one who look after me, look after us, and says and advised me that better move here. I said, I'm not ready for any relationship now. I'm
Mm.
not forcing you to live with me. Just move here because there's a lot of works here than there,
Yeah,
farm area.
yeah.
So yeah.
Great job,
So I
Rod.
did. Yeah.
Thanks, Rod. More blessings to you. You always have a big heart. I've met him, a couple of times, and he's just really, a friend of everyone. He's such a big heart. Rod, we love you so much. You know that sincerely. Hope to catch up with you again with a cuppa next time, so I can
Well,
see Annie.
he
Yeah,
is actually not watching because he is
he'll watch it
very
later.
he is very busy um doing the thing outside. And if you could see this, he sent me a picture. He sent me a message.
Okay, Ron. That's about it. That's good. It's good. But Ron,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll
So
watch
he's
this later.
preparing for the Halloween. So we every year, Rod loves kids. Every year we're doing a Halloween trick or treat. So
Yeah, and we're gonna
Rod,
go there for trick or treat.
hope you could do that. So we're doing
Yes,
that.
we'll do.
So he's starting to do it. He's starting
Nice,
to do them every time that he's coming to work. I mean, from
nice
home.
one.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Ron, you will watch this later on, yeah, right? After this will be recorded anyway, so I'm sure you'll be proud of Annie. She was able to share Rod, her journey, the struggles, and of course a lot of wins as well. Now, Annie, they again, I don't know where to start. It's just you are. I honor you for being so brave. You're an epitome of strength. Just imagine that so much struggle physically, mentally, emotionally, all aspects in life, and you were able to thrive as well with your daughter, and now she's already grown up, and for 10 years looking back, I'm sure you're very proud of yourself where you are right now. You are still very blessed, and that's the big win for you, right? Now, if given the chance, looking back through the years, is there anything, or are there anything that you want to change?
Not really. Aside maybe from, I hope I was stronger before. Like I never feel depression. I've been on depression. I get on the depression pills because I can't sleep. I
Okay.
always go every day.
Mhm.
I can't sleep. I am even forgetful because I train my mind to forget just for me
Yeah.
to move forward. So now my mind is like, even what I'm doing now is like what I'm doing. I easily forget. So that's
Yeah.
really one thing really that, I will never ask to, I hope it doesn't happen to me, but because I am grateful it happens to me, because that is my stepping stone to be stronger than I am now. So
True. I love that.
builds me up.
And you are surrounded with, good mindset of, friends, not just Rod, but the people around you. I'm one of them. Okay. So like, you are
I
surrounded with
know.
different
That's
people.
actually gonna say, sis. And one more thing that really I'm grateful for is meeting you guys, meeting on our team, meeting our online business partners. That you guys changed my life. I am an introvert. I am an introvert. I am not the person that always, I'm not an what do you call this, doing this online or being live. But when
Yeah,
I joined our online business, it changed me a lot because I seen a lot of different walks of lives, and that inspires me and changed me for the better, and
that's good.
surrounded by good people. It's just
Beautiful.
amazing.
And you have inspired a lot of women right now, like, getting married with someone, even if it's just the same culture or different culture is the same, it's not always bed of roses. But if you're really in a problem, whether it's domestic violence or anything, make sure you're able to talk to someone, to the right people, so that they can give you the right intervention. And with Anne right now, it was kind of a horrendous, horrible experience, but Anne was really focused and, have that sort of like strength in her heart as well, or all mind, body, and spirit. And she was able to go out from that dungeon and look at her now, again, an epitome of strength. I salute you, Anne. And I'm sure your daughter right now is, I'm sure she'll be watching this if she's not busy later on. She'll be proud of her mom. Like from that day that she was really young and now she's now grown up, she can see that I would like to be mom, very strong, and have that fighting spirit, knows what to do and knows what's to do with a plan B.
She's actually braver than me. I was so
Good to know
surprised.
that.
Like she did not get my, I am a nervous freak and she's not. She's an
Mhm.
easy. Just he was getting the attitude of Rod. It's like
Mhm.
they don't know they don't believe in anxiety or it's like it's all in the mind. Something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
They've got good mindset. You're very lucky. Again, the people that surrounds you, you are in the right, you're in the right box, that you are surrounded with good people. Now, and I would love to talk to you like all day. 1 hour is not enough anyways, but we can talk again next time for another episode. But we're not going yet. I just want to say hello to Loretta. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sandy Pads, hello, sister, all the way from Perth. Eva, good afternoon. Ida, hello. And Romeo, Papa, thank you so much for watching my father-in-law. Thank you, Pa, and get Wilson as well. Take care of yourself. And again, for all our friends all over the world, thank you so much for tuning in. We're almost going to be done. We're going to wrap this up. But before that, Anne, I would like first to show to anyone, again, from some words from our sponsors. There you have it, guys. Once again, if you need anything, if you have any questions or you want to ask about any visas, you can contact Way to Oz, and we've got a website www.waytooz.com, and we're all very flexible, very friendly as well. And in front of your screen, there are numbers that you can contact as well. If you have a WhatsApp, you can also use this number to contact us. And again, www.waytooz.com, and also you can reach us through Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, again, WhatsApp. And again, waytooz.com. So, Anne, before I wrap this up, any special message to all our televiewers globally, please?
um, all I can say is when your wise is bigger than your fear, whatever reason, whatever struggle, things is not going to be smooth sailing always. You have to just
Mhm.
be ready and you know don't let anyone put you down. You always have to. It's there's a if we fail, it's not means that if you fall down, it doesn't mean that you fail. But every time you get up, and that is the time that is that you will say, I'm a survivor. I am
That's
not.
good.
Yeah, I will never let anyone just um, put me down, use me, and abuse me, because I will never do that. Because just bear in mind, karma is always around. So if you guys, it if if you wanted to marry an Aussie, or there's a lot of foreigners here, but if you want to stay here in Australia, just make sure share them, love them, and not just use them. I've got a lot of uh, people that really used just to came here and just leave them after the visa.
Mm.
And I heard a lot of them. Most of them, the karma just knocked them off. And now, but because I've been, I'm not perfect, but I know that I never used anyone and abused anyone. And here we go. I got lots of blessings in my way, and I got my soulmate just came and you
Mhm.
know treat me like a princess, and I was so grateful. I mean, I'm grateful in a good father, a good friend, and that, guys. And one more thing,
Yeah,
especially
please.
if you know if you marry an Australian or any other countries, actually,
Yeah.
they would say you can hear that they marry you, not your family. So they are not obliged to help your family. My road is not like that. We are not even married, but he is there for my family. If I need money, I have only $100, and he says, is that enough to send it to the Philippines? He will double it
Mm.
up. So that's you don't look for millionaire, or a person that has the money just to be happy, because money
Mm.
will not make you happy. And one more thing as well, that make sure, bear in mind, if your partner or your husband has a kid, we expect that they were going to give a child support, and that is will going to deduct on your family's income. So you have to really go and work hard for yourself and for your family.
Love that, Annie. Straight from the heart of Annie, guys. I'm sure all throughout this conversation, you can also rewatch this again. And I'm sure you have lots of golden nuggets from Annie here, from her experience as well. And again, it's not all bed of roses when you're marrying someone, whether the same culture or not. And we know that love sees no age, no limit, no boundaries. But if you're talking to someone in long distance via, virtual, you must be very careful too, because not all of them are genuine. So you have to be very careful and how you talk to them. You've got to be vigilant and observant as well, because it is your safety as well, ladies and gentlemen. And all of us wants to have a better future. But then again, you have to remember that you come not you how to say that, you come to love not by finding the perfect person, but by seeing the imperfect person perfectly. So always remember that it's not all about the money all the time. It's all about the holistic, about the person. So again, be careful with whom you are in a relationship. I'm sure love is in the air. It's so good to love, right? Why not? You can love. Some people have said love is lovelier the second, third time around. Whatever it is, as long as you always put this in your mind, you come to love not by finding the perfect person, but by seeing the imperfect person perfectly. So, Annie, thank you so much again, for for gracing this talk show today, season one, episode four, and I hope that this is just the beginning. And also, to all of you guys who are still tuning in, thank you so much for your patience, and I hope that you have something that you get something to take in, to take home today, and share it to others who needs to know more about this, about this experience as well, especially with Anne's experience too. And of course, we always want to, help others and make sure you're always there to support the people who needs our love as well. So again, I would like also to invite you guys, for those who have not seen my channel yet, please follow me on YouTube. I'm on Motivationally. You can type Motivationally. Please like, share, and subscribe as well, please. And I've also got Motivationally as it for Instagram, my Facebook page as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on Twitter as well as Motivationally. So please come and visit and also talk to me. And also, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Lee Montages on LinkedIn as well. So you can please reach out. I also would like to say thank you. A few more seconds. Thank you so much for watching, Belen and Jerry. And Marie, thank you. So proud of you. Ann Watts, she said. Marie, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Again, for those who are in different parts of the world, thank you for waking up. Thank you for still staying awake. And thank you as well for giving us this precious time right here on TLC with Lee. It's great to migrate. And of course, I also would like to, one more thing before we go, I would like to invite each one of you guys to please visit my webpage. My website, I mean, is www.motivationalee.com. So please feel free to look at all my services. Apart from coaching, I'm a direction and wellness coach, but I'm a motivational speaker as well. I also do team building, personal and professional development, and also hosting small or big events. So please visit my website, www.motivationalee.com. So once again, everyone, thank you so much. And see you again next time. See you next week. What's for next week? Let me just see what's for next week. Our fifth episode for the season one is all about parent visa. I think you can have a look. Let me see if you can see that, right? So next week, guys, with Niti, it's all about parent visa. Please invite those people who need to know more about parent visa. Thanks so much again for watching. Have a good afternoon, evening, and good morning. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. See you, Anne.